As mentioned in previous lessons, brackets indicate multiplication. So here we have brackets within the equation. What they mean is that this 6 is multiplied by everything inside of the bracket, so by the y and by the -4. So when we have brackets within the equation, the first thing that we want to do is actually multiply that 6 by everything inside the brackets. So 6 times y is 6y. 6 multiplied by the -4 is -24, and that equals the -18. Then we can solve this just like we were solving equations like this before. Add 24 to both sides. We get 6y equals 6, and then divide by the 6. And our final answer is y is 1. The first thing we want to do with b is actually get rid of those brackets. So to get rid of the brackets, we're going to have to multiply this negative inside the brackets. Before we multiply, I'll just kind of show you that if there's just a negative, that's technically a -1. So when we multiply this in, -1 times x is -1x. -1 times +5 is -5 equals 7. Then add our 5 to both sides. -1x equals 12. And then finally, to get x completely by itself, we'll have to divide by that -1. So x is -12. For this question, you'll see that we have several terms with x's in them on the left side of the equation, and then we have some constant terms on the right side. Because these x terms are already together on the same side of the equal sign, we can actually just combine them together. So 8x plus 9x, take away 5x, actually comes to 12x, right? 8 plus 9 is 17, take away 5 is 12. Same with on the right side, we can actually just combine these constants together. So -3 plus 15 is 12. And then last step, to get our x by itself, divide by 12. For part D, we have brackets actually on both sides of the equation. So the first step will be to get rid of the brackets by multiplying the numbers out front of them. So 4 multiplied by 3x is 12x. 4 multiplied by -2 is -8. And on the right side, this 5 is going to be multiplied by the 2x to get 10x, multiplied by the 4 to get plus 20. And here we're at the step that we want to get x's together on one side and then constant terms together on the other. So I'm going to move the 10x to the left side with the 12x. So 12x take away 10x is 2x minus 8. 10x minus 10x, that's the one I wanted to get rid of. So we're just left with 20 on the right side. Then we add 8 to both sides. 2x is equal to 28, and divide by 2 to get 14. Same thing with this question. We want to start by distributing the 5 and the 8 to get rid of the brackets. So 5 times x is 5x. 5 times -1 is -5. 8 multiplied by the 1 is 8. Multiplied by -x comes out to -8x. And then let's put our x's together and our constants together. So I think I'm going to move the -8x to the left side. So to get rid of the take away 8x, we're going to add 8x. So 5x plus 8x is 13x. Take away 5 equals to 8, and these would become 0. Now to get that 13x by itself, add our 5. So 13x equals 13, and divide by 13. So it looks like we get x is just 1. So similar to the previous questions, the first thing that you want to do is get rid of the brackets by distributing the number in front of the brackets. So in this case, it would be the -2. So I'll write my 8. Then we want to go -2 times 3y is -6y. -2 multiplied by 5 is -10, and that's equal to 0. At this point, you'll see that we actually have two constant terms on the left side. So I think it's in our best interest at this point to combine those. So we have the 6y, -6y. 8 minus 10 is -2. And here we want to get the y terms on one side and then the constant term on the other. So I think the way I'll do that is actually add 2 to both sides, because that will remove the -2 from the left side, just leaving -6y. equals 0 plus 2 is 2, and then divide by -6. So that's going to come out to y is equal to -2 over 6, which reduces to -1 over 3.